A tape measure is also called a measuring tape, and it's among the most common measuring tools used on the job site today. We took a look at the Dewalt XP tape measure. The XP stands for extra performance. It's just a much more robust tape measure. The first record of people actually using measuring devices was by the Romans, and they actually marked strips of leather and they used those as tapes. In 1868, a patent was filed by an Alvin Fellows out of New Haven, Connecticut. The Fellows rule, or the Fellows ruler, was a crude and flimsy attempt, a U.S. attempt at a spring tape measure. In 1922, Hiram Ferrand, with the help of the Brown Company, which was up in Berlin, New Hampshire, perfected, or improved, I should say, upon the design and began mass producing a retractable tape measure. It was called the Ferrand Rapid Rule tape measure. Later, they sold that design to Stanley Works, which is Stanley Tools. Generally speaking, the term tape measure refers to a roll-up, self-retracting tape measure that's designed for carpentry and construction. Everybody uses them. The actual tape portion of the tape measure is called a ribbon. And it consists, or is constructed from stiff metallic material that stiffens when needed when you extend it, but also can roll up for simple use and storage. So, what's so exciting about the Dewalt XP tape measure? Well, first of all, it's been redesigned. It has a much tougher case. And we'll talk about that in the drop testing that we did. The XP tape measure utilizes two retracting springs that are protected by a high-impact ABS case. There's a built-in lanyard slot also for tethering, so you can avoid dropping it in the first place. But if you do drop it, I think you'll be surprised that it's durable. We put it through several 30-foot drops onto concrete, onto pavement. The only damage that we observed was for the belt clip. We tested the tape before and after for accuracy, and it was accurate. There was no tip hook damage. And that's important to note because a lot of times the hook gets damaged easily. And if you notice that the hook moves in and out, up and down, left and right, up and down, and that allows the case to take the impact, not the hook when it drops. There's a little bit of flex there. Hook breakage is among the leading causes of tape measure failure because when it retracts it flops right towards the end. This tape measure hook has a 3-rivet connection that extends about 1.25 inches back into the blade. We also found that the extra large end of the hook is a perfect size, not too big, for grabbing, extending and grabbing construction material from all 4 sides, as well as grabbing objects and taking off with solo measurements. Retraction. You can actually feel the tension of these springs as the tape is extended and retracted. It's fast and it's smooth. The spring on this tape measure is really strong. It has a redesigned screwless belt clip that holds tight and is easy to use. It really fits nicely on my leather tool belt. The clip seems to be pressed in place with tension clips. There's no screws. I've dropped it several times just doing work, and I have not been able to dislodge it. Going back to that tip breakage, there is a blade coating, and the XP tape measure features a 9-inch coverage of heavy thermoplastic coating. At the beginning of the tape, it goes back 9 inches, and it supposedly gives 3 times more blade protection and reduces blade breakage near the hook. We're pulling out and taking short measurements all the time, the first 9 inches, all the time, right? We're dealing with up to 1x12 material. Plus, when the tape comes back, it flaps. That's also the area where it's first to fade out and wear out on tape measures, the first 12 inches or so. Blade Standout. DeWalt says that the high carbon steel blade will give you 13 feet of blade standout. We tested this and we only got about 11, plus or minus 11 feet. We were able to achieve 12 feet when we used our support hand to hold the tape further out, which is not really 13 feet of standout. I really like the rubber overmold on this tape. It's a little thick in my hands. My opinion, I'm sure it's going to differ from user to user. People with bigger hands are going to love this tape. I just found it was a little bit thick to hold. It measures 3 1/8 inch tall 3 3/8 inches wide. It's 2 9/32 inches deep and weighs only 1.25 pounds. The blade is 1 1/4 inches wide and very visible. The XP tape measure shows inches, feet, and 16 inches on center in red. Cost. The Dewalt XP tape measure is super reasonably priced. It's $29.99. And also a 35-foot tape measure is available, and a 26-foot 8-meter tape also available. Overall, the tape is well designed, it is extremely durable, and the belt hook is a major improvement, as well as the extension and retraction mechanism, the springs that they put in this. Awesome. I liked using the tape. It's smooth, it's fast. I'm Rob Robillard. Please consider clicking that subscribe button below, and we'll see you guys at the next tool review. Take care.